Hello there, welcome back to 0 to 60 Motoring once again. My name is Bill Tuori, and this is a 2018 Toyota Harrier Turbo. This is a highly anticipated review because I've done very many reviews on the non-turbo Harrier, and very many people have been asking me to review the Toyota Harrier with a turbo engine. So welcome to 0 to 60 Motoring. If you have a question regarding this car, stay around until the end of this video because I may answer that question. So the Toyota Harrier is a car that needs no introduction in the Kenyan market because it has been, let me say, popular. It has been tested and tried. This is how this generation of the Toyota Harrier looks like, and I can say it's a relatively beautiful offering. You can see it comes with this emblem here, which is like an eagle image. You have a Modelista body kit down here. Daytime running lights. The Modelista body kit, of course, added some lights down here. It comes with these are 18-inch alloy wheels. The Modelista body kit also extends some side finishes down here. Of course, it gives this car a very appealing look. On the rear side, this is how this Toyota Harrier looks like. You have a spoiler, boot spoiler here, which actually looks good. Spoiler here, Harrier name here. The tail lights also look pretty good. Have a parking sensors, a body kit down here with these finishes. Of course, what is missing in this car that could make it a little bit sporty is a dual exhaust. So in terms of the design, this is how the Toyota Harrier looks like. And then another thing you can also see, when a car has a body kit like this one, it means that the ground clearance may not be as good as one which doesn't have a body kit. So when you are approaching places, you have to be very keen such that you don't spoil these bumpers for the body kit down here. I've driven quite a number of non-turbo Harriers, and while that car is a comfortable car and spacious, the biggest problem with the non-turbo variation has been power deficiency. And now speaking of power, this Harrier Turbo is powered by a 2000cc turbocharged petrol engine, which makes 228 brake horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque. That power exceeds the non-turbo variation by 80-something horsepower, because in the non-turbo variation you are looking at around 150 HP and around 200 Newton meters of torque. Now another thing I like about this turbo Harrier, away from the power, is that in this car, power goes to all the four wheels or the front wheels via a 6-speed automatic gearbox. This one is not using a CVT gearbox like the non-turbo variation. So in terms of the powertrain differences, this one has a better engine in terms of power, and it has a better gearbox in terms of the robustness, or if you want something that is fun to drive. So one thing I like about this generation of the Toyota Harrier is the sound insulation. Toyota really outdid themselves when building this Harrier, and they invested a lot in terms of sound insulation, because there is not much of exterior noise that is encroaching this cabin. The sitting position, of course, being a crossover, is okay, and the road visibility is good. The performance of this Toyota Harrier with a turbo is something that you may really want to talk about every day, because when you drive it back to back with the non-turbo variation, the difference is white and black, day and night, crystal clear. That 230 horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque is a big difference from the 150 HP. And from my experience with these crossovers, a 2-liter turbo petrol in this car that weighs like a 1.7 tons looks like the best balance, especially when you're looking for power to weight ratio. The one with the 2-liter 3ZR non-turbo variation looks like that is an underpowered setup or an underpowered powertrain in such a car. So this is the right engine in this car if you want something that feels or looks like it is decently powered. So the acceleration of this car is something that you can love, especially if you are looking for a daily crossover that isn't on the slower side, because 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 7.5 seconds, it's something that is impressive, because when I'm looking at the crossover family territory, cars that can do 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, especially ex-Japan cars, in less than 8 seconds will be something like maybe the Forest XT. There is this new generation of the Mazda CX-5 2.5 liter with a turbo. So this car will be beating many cars, like Japanese cars, with even 2.5 liter. And the reasoning is pretty simple. It's because of that torque. Of course, these cars are very sharp lane keeping assist. When I was veering off from my lane, you can see that it's taking me back to my lane. This car has 3 driving modes. You have Eco mode, normal mode, and sports mode. So under Eco mode, the car will give you the best fuel numbers, because you will be seeing on the highway, you can be seeing figures up to 12 point something kilometers per liter, but it restricts performance a little bit. But if you want a little bit of performance, you can just keep it under normal mode. But if you want to extract a full performance of this car, you can use this sports mode button, and then under sports mode, the car will actually give you up to 10 point something kilometers per liter, because it will be keeping revs high and it will be holding to gears for longer. So the fuel consumption of this car will be dependent on how you drive and the mode you use. If you use Eco mode, you get the best fuel figures. If you use a sports mode, of course, you are looking for performance. That means in such a case, you'll be getting lower fuel numbers. The Toyota Harriers made its name locally because of its reliability reputation. Whether it's the previous generation with the 2.4 liter, 3 liter, or even the 3.3 liter hybrid, that car was very solid in terms of dependability. Even the newer, these are Harrier with a 2 liter non-turbo 3ZR, it's still a very reliable engine. So someone who's purchasing this car may also be questioning the reliability of this car. How does it look like? Over 2000cc turbocharged petrol engine, which is called the 8AR. It is the same engine you are finding in cars like the Lexus NX200T and even in the Lexus RX200T. This engine has proved itself to be very dependable, especially if you can go by its usage in the Lexus NX200T. It's an engine that has no issues whatsoever, so you can bank on it to give you a very long service. So while this is a turbo engine, it's not something that I should actually keep you worried. So this is an engine I'll highly recommend in terms of reliability, because of its tested and tried reputation in the Lexus NX200T. I've seen it going past to 50,000 kilometers on the clock without any serious issue. Away from the reliability of this 2 liter turbo engine, of course, the 6-speed automatic gearbox is also a solid transmission. It's expected to last longer than the CVT gearbox in the non-turbo variation. So when you're looking at the powertrain of this car, engine and the gearbox are combination, it is a reliable combo. So the Toyota Harrier is a fairly good looking car even in the interior. The fit and finish is good, because you have leather seats, of which the driver seat is electric. You have steering control buttons on the media control buttons on the left side. You can check your trip statistics on the right side. Cruise control here. You may need to change this infotainment screen to an aftermarket one, maybe if you want more functions. There are normally variations that normally come with a full panoramic sunroof and something like JBL sound system, but it means that you'll have to pay more for those variations, especially if you want such a package in a turbocharged Harrier. Should you buy the Toyota Harrier, or is it value for money? Now, when I'm looking at this Toyota Harrier Turbo, the missing ingredient in the non-turbo variation has now been fixed. So this is a comfortable car. It's a powerful car for the common person, and most importantly, it's a reliable setup. So technically, when I'm looking at this car in terms of the value for money element, it's better value for money than the NX200T, because the same setup in a cheaper package. And then the price difference between this and then the non-turbo variation is so small, but the performance is white and black, crystal clear. or let me say day and night. If you're looking to buy a car at around 3.5 to 3.8 million shillings, but you find that the non-turbo variation are very slow or sluggish, then you can consider this package. Or if maybe you want to buy the next Warhead T, but you find it, let me say, expensive, then you can consider this one because it's the same powertrain, albeit at a lower price tag. Another thing I like about this Harrier, unlike the Subaru Forester XT, which comes with a CVT gearbox, in this Harrier, because they gave it more power, I think they made a very good decision, giving this car a 6-speed automatic gearbox instead of a CVT. So that maybe if you are into aggressive driving, you don't always have that worry of spoiling your gearbox. That is a very good addition, or that is something that Toyota really did well to this area, giving the CVT gearbox to the non-turbo one, and then giving this one a proper gearbox in form of a proper and aggressive gearbox in the form of a 6-speed automatic transmission. So the Toyota Harrier Turbo comes off like a complete package with a good powertrain, a spacious and comfortable interior, and most importantly, it tags along the brand's tried and tested dependability or reliability reputation. So before placing your money on the non-turbo variation, you may need to test drive this back to back with the other one, and then it will show you what you'll be missing. I think that short review is enough for today. If you have a question regarding this car, you can always ring us on the number below. Bye for now. I'll see you on the next one.